questions about the criminal justice system. We are going to begin this evening with a vicious attack that again raises questions about the criminal justice system. A woman on her way to work at Kennedy Airport was pummeled to the ground, punched and then kicked at the AirTrain station in Howard Beach. This video is from security cameras at that station. Police did make an arrest, and it turns out the suspect has a long history of attacking people. The victim spoke exclusively to Eyewitness News reporter Injay Burkett.
Do you know how scared I am now? I was never a person to be scared.
Elizabeth Gomes was beaten so badly, she stands to lose the vision in her right eye. Her head throbs with pain, and she's barely slept in a week. Not since she was attacked in the Howard Beach AirTrain station 6 days ago.
I can't see anything on my right side, honestly. And it just hurts.
Elizabeth was on her way to work at JFK. She had just gotten off the A train and was headed up the stairs to the AirTrain platform when she was attacked from behind. Smashed in the head with a bottle, and she never saw it coming.
In the MTA's surveillance video, Elizabeth is dragged across the concourse and slammed headlong into a wall. She is punched mercilessly and kicked repeatedly. When a man tries to intervene, he is chased away before the suspect turns back to Elizabeth and kicks her 5 times before he calmly walks away into the transit system. She says he was muttering incoherently about Satan in the moments before the attack.
He's talking about the devil. He's talking about a whole bunch of nonsense.
Her husband is heartbroken and furious.
Man, I watch the video and I tear my heart out. You hear me?
The suspect was later arrested, identified by police as 41-year-old Waheed Foster. In 1995, law enforcement sources say Foster was arrested for murdering his 82-year-old foster grandmother in a brutal beating at the age of 14. 6 years later, he's arrested for stabbing his 21-year-old sister with a screwdriver. And in 2010, arrested for attacking 3 workers at the Creedmore Psychiatric Center where he was an inpatient. He was on parole at the time of last week's attack. It happened at 5:15 a.m. Elizabeth says there were no police officers anywhere in the station. No one to prevent the attack, and no one on the scene to respond to it.
Every day is an incident in the subway. What happened to all these police officers? They said they will have there to protect us, to be there. There's like nobody to be found. I don't understand.
Okay, so that's a very important station, you know, because I was traveling out, I think it was early in the morning, one morning. I don't remember exactly whether I was going overseas or where, but anyway. And there were cops there, and they looked through my, I had my backpack. I had my suitcase. They didn't look through the suitcase, they looked through the backpack. So I said to myself, oh, they're doing a great job here. They, you know, at the Howard Beach-JFK station, all right? So there were always police there. And then back in April, I met up with some people. They were coming from Thailand. I met up over there with them. And there were cops there too. And we were there maybe around like probably 12-30 minutes to 1 in the afternoon. There were police officers there. So you gotta ask yourself why there were no cops there. That station, that station should always have cops, you know. This is a main thoroughfare. Howard Beach Station. Not only that, you have like the fare. I think is like $8 or so forth. You know, so if you can jump through, it's not like the regular subway where it's $2.75. If you can jump through and get over, you save yourself $8. So usually the police tends to be where they will lose a lot of money. They tend to hang around. So I'm really surprised that the cops were not there. So this guy killed his foster mother back in 1995. I think then maybe like 10 years later, probably 2001, he killed No, he didn't kill her. He stabbed his sister. And then he attacked 3 people at Creedmore. Creedmore is a psychiatric facility. He was an inmate patient. This guy should never see the light of day. He should be locked up forever. He should be like the Son of Sam. That's how he should be. He should be locked up. So here we are, Howard Beach. Police have arrested a man in a brutal assault inside a Queens subway station that was caught on surveillance video. It happened around 5:15 a.m. on Tuesday, September 20th. Right? That's not that long ago. At the Howard Beach, and I'm only hearing about this now. Authorities say a 33-year-old woman was approached by a man who tried to start a conversation and then followed her into the mezzanine. When the woman did not respond and ignored the advances, police said the man dragged her across the floor of the mezzanine and slammed her into the wall, where he repeatedly pounded her with his fists and kicked her about the face and body. One passerby tried to intervene but retreated onto the platform when the man advanced toward him. The attacker then kicked and punched the woman several more times before fleeing the scene. Police responded and arrested the suspect. The victim, who appears to be a security guard, was transported to Jamaica Hospital, where she was treated for serious but non-life-threatening. She's not a security guard. She works for the TSA, the people who do the security check at the airport when you board in the plane. So she was treated for a serious but non-life-threatening eye injury. Do you know how scared I am now? I was never a person to be scared, victim Elizabeth Gomes said. She said her head throbs with pain and she's barely slept in a week since the attack. I can't see anything on my right side, honestly, and it just hurts, Gomez said. She says the suspect was muttering incoherently about Satan in the moments before the attack. He's talking about the devil. He's talking about a whole bunch of nonsense, Gomez said. Gomez's husband is heartbroken and furious. Man, I watched the video and it tears my heart out of me, Clement Tucker said. The suspect, 41-year-old Waheed Foster, is now charged with felony assault. In 1995, law enforcement sources said Foster was arrested for murdering his 82-year-old foster grandmother in a brutal beating at the age of 14. 6 years later, he was arrested for stabbing his 21-year-old sister with a screwdriver. And in 2010, he was arrested for attacking 3 workers at the Creedmore Psychiatric Center, where he was an inpatient. He was on parole until November 2024, at the time of last week's attack. A guy like that should never be on parole. I mean, parole is for people with good behavior. You know? This guy has such a violent past. He attacked people, the workers at Creedmore, and he's on parole? No. Parole is for people with good behavior, not somebody like this. Gomes says there were no police officers anywhere in the station. She said there was no one to prevent the attack and no one on the scene to respond to it. Every day is an incident in the subway, she said. What happened to all these police officers they said they will have there to protect us? There's like nobody to be found. I don't understand. She's right. You know, the mayor said, oh, we're going to have police officers in there. Yep. Now, a main station like that at Kennedy Airport where you're dealing with terrorism and stuff like that, you need to have police officers, because that's the main way to get to the airport. You know, somebody bringing in something like a bomb or something like that, they're going to pass through an area like that. And that's where you need to have police officers who can see and spot that person. So this lady, I hope she really has a good lawsuit against the MTA, because they need to have police there. And also Creedmore, they let this guy out. He should have never seen the light of day for the kind of criminal actions that he has engaged in over the years. He killed his foster mother, he stabbed his sister, and he beat up 3 of the staff at Creedmore. Come on.